and welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Tuesday here on the Deborrah channel on YouTube, streaming simultaneously on Twitch TV. That's for my younger crew. They be over there, the little gamers. Let me start first by making a comment. The video that I put up the other day, what was that thing called? Uh, Hold on. Oh, desperate women dating dusty ass men. About the people that the woman who was presented with the option of going to a guy's job and waiting for him out in the parking lot, dealing with him in the parking lot of his, his place of employment. And like I said, I was just appalled at how many women over the age of 40 would do such thing, and some even embellished it like, well, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I would bring him lunch and all this kind of stuff. Okay, this is a clown that you went out with exactly uno times. Okay, and he took her to lunch at that. So what was interesting though, and I keep having to bring this to you guys' attention because I keep noticing this, the so many women commented on, well, he's probably married, he probably got a woman, he probably this, he probably that. Okay, that's not the issue. See, you need to stay focused. It's like when I see so many women, going off on a tangent about the man. Okay, this is not about the man. This is about women and your responses, your belief in yourself, your self esteem, your standards. It don't have nothing to do with the nigger. Okay, and that also frustrated me because I thought, okay, a lot of these women making these comments, you've been in this crew for a minute, and yet you still let your mind run off and do something that was more, pick me ish. You don't think about men in a situation where it's about you. Okay, you don't give a fuck about them. One even went so far as to start talking about, well, his personal safety and he should be thinking about bringing people to his job. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? You thinking about what say safe for his ass? I was like, okay, see, please, please, please think about what you're doing when you start talking in this kind of way. You're not supposed to be thinking about what the fuck happens to him. Who gives a shit what happened to him? Aliens could come down and zap his ass up and take him to wherever they go. Why is that even crossing your mind? This thing is about you as a woman and your standards for behavior of the men in your life. That's it. Okay, what he does, who he's with, where he goes, who he's living with, who he's fucking on, none of that is important in this situation. It doesn't matter because you already know he's trifling and he's stupid. So you let your imagination run away with what other kind of woman he's dealing with and all this kind of stuff. You on the wrong track. Get your minds right. Stay focused. Okay, now that shit wore me out. That wore me out. That made me feel like, are you paying any attention to what I'm talking about here? Are you just off on this, worrying about what niggas do shit? Ooh, honey, I'm telling you. But anyway, now that I finished my rant, I had to say that. I wasn't gonna make no whole video about it, but I did something that I want to go on record as saying, y'all stop doing that. Okay? You need to think about yourself. That's all you need to think about. Who gives a fuck what he's doing? Because you're gonna be dealing with him anyway. So, right? He presented himself to be some low class little donkey. So what you care who the donkey's fucking? It don't matter to you, right? It don't matter about the donkey's safety. None of that. That's all irrelevant. You putting your mind in a situation and thinking about some shit that you don't need to be thinking about. As are most of the people in tonight's advice column. Let me see how many letters I got today. This looks kind of thick. Oh my God, 14 letters. I don't know if my voice is gonna hold out. Hold on. Yes, his standard was a parking lot, but it don't matter what his standard is. We talking about yours right now. Okay, so if yours is not a parking lot, then what his is irrelevant. Who he brings to his job is irrelevant. Who he puts his dick in is irrelevant. All of that is irrelevant to the conversation because the conversation is about you. Okay, and this is an ongoing problem with black women. I'm gonna have to delve more into this And it's not like every one of the women was like a pick me type. Some of them I don't know who they are. I do, haven't really interaction with them, but some of them interacted with you in the chat and still kind of went there. And this goes a lot deeper than I really gave it credit for. Just thinking about men stuff. I don't have time to think about a motherfucker unless he's paying me. I swear. I just don't. I just don't care. And I'm not saying you have to be like me. I always put that caveat in there. But y'all need to be focused more on yourselves. So let's go on with What the Fuck Tuesday. In case this is your first time here, my name is Deborah Cooper, as you see on the screen below. I've been an advice columnist for going on 30 years, started on AOL in the early 90s. And what I do on Tuesdays is people send in their advice questions. My cousin, so lovely, one or both of them, will compile the letters into this document here, which I read on the air, and then I respond off the cuff. I don't see the questions until I get on the air, so I'm hearing them for the first time, right along with you. This adds a nice little element to it, and I'm glad they volunteered to help me out and do that. Otherwise, I'll be getting sneak peeks. So this is good. Hey, reader, popped in from Twitch. So let's go. First question is from a male in the 26 to 35 age group from Louisville, Kentucky. So I have a girlfriend that's 8 years younger than me. She's extremely attractive and used to be able to get any guy, as she puts it. We started off as friends because she was dating someone else, but she dumped him and hooked up with me, and we've been dating for several months now. She mentioned recently that she's been noticing me looking at other women, and I quote, need to stop. She says my focus needs to be on her at all times or she'll get jealous. Okay. Where Lady X at? Because I can feel it coming. Lady Boss, get your exes loaded and ready. In the bedroom, she doesn't seem to care about my pleasure, but she wants to make sure she's taken care of, if you know what I mean. We used to spend the whole weekend together, but now she only shows up for lunch or dinner or a booty call. It's almost like she's using me as a meal ticket and self gratification. Girlfriend's game is strong. I got to give her some dap. I'm sorry, dude, but I'm sorry. I do have to confess that I haven't dated a lot of millennial women. I'm a Gen Xer. Is this a degeneration thing or what? Every time I bring up these things, she says there are 1,000 men that would die to be with me. You are competing against them. Man up, player. Lately, she mentioned that she's getting a male roommate because she needs help to pay the rent. I complained, and she said, "If you pay my rent, then I won't have him as a roommate." I recently said that I wasn't sure if we were right for each other, but after a week, I got drunk and was contacting her, and we kind of resumed where things left off. What's going on here? Are these some signs she's not into me, or is she so vapid that she doesn't realize what she's doing, but we could have something more? It started to really bother me. It should bother you, sir, because the vapid one here is you. You don't realize that you're being played like I can't even imagine what kind of instrument you've been played like. Probably a whole bunch of them all at the same time because you have your ass is in the 26 to 35 age group and you this dumb. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you had listened to any videos on this channel, you would know better than this. Okay. So she's extremely attractive, and so she's used to using that with older guys such as you to get what she wants. Now, what you're supposed to do is tell her next time that she decides to wander your way that you ain't feeding her and you ain't fucking her and to get out. And you need to do that face to face. And you got to get your testosterone riled up, because right now you coming across as a pussy. And I mean, I'm sorry. I see. I keep saying I'm sorry because I know this is your first time writing here, and I know that this is gonna be kind of a shock to your system. But you need to get rid of this girl. You need to get rid of her. You're never going to get anything from her. She's a taker. She's a 100% taker, and you are, unfortunately, a 100% giver. And in a situation like this, you're going to get nothing but hurt and used up until you get enough. Don't pay that bitch's rent. Shit, fuck her. Tell her to go live in a tent some damn where. See, if you talk to her like that and stand up for yourself and put some boundaries up, she'll love you all the more. She'll either really respect you and love you, or she'll leave you alone. And either way, your money will be in your pocket where it belongs. The end. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I'm telling you, once a man, if you got the look that makes his dick hard just looking at you, he's going to give you everything. in my younger days. I have to find some pictures of me when I was younger and show you guys how cute I was. I mean, not like I'm ugly now, but things look different the older you get. But yes, 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 yes. All right, so let's move on. Question number two. This is a young lady in the 25 to 36 group. She lives in Austin, Texas. My partner's mother's boyfriend. Okay, wait. My partner's mother's boyfriend. Okay, so if she was married to dude, that would be her mother-in-law's boyfriend. Okay, I got it now. Of 11 years, financially supports her and financially assists with three of her children that are aged 38, 24, and 22. Oh my God. I am not so opposed to him financially supporting my partner's mom, but I see an issue with financially helping three adult children. He has given them used cars, paid things like car insurance, notes, bills, or just giving them cash in general. The children have financial problems stemming from poor life and financial choices, such as spending money on booze and cigarettes and sometimes drugs. The boyfriend even gives money to the daughter, pretty much knowing it will go to her alcoholic boyfriend. Is there something wrong with this? I know this is none of my business, but the reason it worries me is that my partner's mom's relationship with the boyfriend is rocky. I am probably the most successful and responsible person, quote, in the family, end quote. And if their relationship ends, I feel my partner and I would be the next ones up, expected to pitch in and help these kids out. It's a role I definitely don't want. Her family, deep down, are good people, but I almost feel bad for writing this, but I don't want to be caught up in this, especially when I'm working to pay off debt of my own. Do I have the right to be concerned? Fuck yes, you do. A bunch of codependent loser ass people. I mean, I'm sure your guy is a nice person and all, but this is going to be a problem. And you're right. I love the fact that you have some foresight. Most people just like, just doing everything. But I love him though. And they don't be thinking past the end of their nose. So you're putting my video and then what you apply it to your life. And I love it. I love you for that. Smart move. So what you're going to have to do, young lady, young woman, well, you ain't that young. You're 25 to 36. What you're going to have to do is sit down with your partner, as you call him, and say, I want you to understand something. I am not going to be financially responsible for no grown ass motherfuckers. I'm not going to be responsible for your mama. I'm not going to be responsible for your loser ass siblings. And so if something happens and this man decides to jet and withdraw his financial support, y'all on your own. Cause see that door over there? I'm gonna be through it with my shit, and I'm gonna cut all ties with all y'all. Cause don't look for me to pay for shit. That's what you need to say to him, and you need to say it to him right now, so he already knows what time it is. So that will give him something to think about. You don't want to lay it on the last minute. You want to tell him now. And they'll say, so you're going to have a choice. Either your relatives, your siblings is going to get their shit together and support their mama. Yeah, I mean, you could help support your mama, I suppose, but you ain't doing shit for them. Not if I have to cover it. Because see, what's going to happen, his resources are going to start going towards them, right? Which means that he's going to be lagging. Unless he's making hella money, he's going to be lagging in his contributions to the household where you two are, your relationship, and the financial obligations that he has to you. He's going to be starting to, shirk on those because all his resources going to be going over there to his mom and them, as they say. Um, nah, I would put dude on notice. The second dude jets and they be looking sad and talking about they want some money, I'm the fuck up out of here. You gonna think my name is Roadrunner because I'm gonna be beep beep and hitting it. Oh no, I'm with you on that one. Shit, actually, I probably would be gone now because I'm like, shoot, you got loser relatives. What part of Jim jeans did your ass inherit? Giving dude the side eye. I would be looking at him all kind of crazy, waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's like, you got three loser relatives and a crazy mama. That's, the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. And I'd be looking at dude. Like, I'm just saying. That was number two. You just got here. I knew. Good. Welcome to the show. We're doing What the Fuck Tuesday today. You guys go out and share the link. Get some people up in here. It says it's only 90 people. Where everybody at? It's usually three times, two, three times that much. All right, let's move on. We got 14 questions today, so You haven't missed much. We're going to do question number 3 now. Oh, this one's short. Okay, female, 26 to 35 from Fort Lauderdale, it says. How do you get back into dating? I am 27 and I was in a 5-year relationship, 5 years with my ex, and we have a 3-year old. We ended things for good about a year ago, and I think I'm ready to get back out there. I just don't know where to start. Please help. You start by making sure that whatever you do, your child is in a safe and protected environment. As his mama, that's your number one obligation and the primary thing that you need to be thinking about. Don't you take your ass nowhere unless that baby is in an environment where he is protected and it's not going to be a whole bunch of riffraff, shady ass, weed smoking, drinking folks around him. Cause see, then shit happens to people's kids and nobody don't know nothing what happened. Your kid got blood in his diaper or his little short training pants or something, and then your kid got weird bruises and burns and shit, and you mad as hell, but ain't nobody talking to you. Won't know. Your baby's too young. Okay, that's your number. Well, that start there. And if you can't get it, get it together before, give yourself time to get something arranged that you can afford and that's safe, and make sure it is. Okay, then after that, I would tell you, like I tell everybody else, start in meetups, go to things in groups where there's going to be a group of people that you can socialize with and interact with, get your social needs met without thinking that you have to depend on one man to do it. The chances are that you would meet somebody at the meetup are pretty high, especially if it's something that involves things that men tend to be interested in. Like I have a friend, she's really into sports. It's just ridiculous. She know more about football and shit than most men do. It's unbelievable. So every dude that she dates, they just have it made. They sit up there and watch the game together and be talking all these sports scores and whatnot. And I just be looking at it. I don't know what your story is, but I'm just saying, if you do stuff that guys like, um, then it's pretty much an easy target. Book clubs and things like that tend to be a lot filled with women, but things, golf, sports, active things, weight rooms, going to the gym, this kind of things. You want to put yourself in an environment where there are a lot of people so that you're not necessarily depending on any one person to, you know what I mean, to interact with you. Like, I'm not a fan of online dating. A lot of people do it. And most of the people, Buster, are over on Twitch. I mean, what you call it, YouTube. But I use my, it streams on both platforms. Um, and am I single? Hell yeah, I'm single. I have 3 motherfuckers in rotation. I'm not trying to be married. Okay, let's just get that straight. Folks be like, well, you single. Damn right, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And so, until I meet somebody who's fabulous enough for me to want to give all this up, then I'm gonna stay single and I'm gonna be grinning every fucking day. Okay, ain't nobody here sad because they single. Men always think that they just like some kind of fucking prize or something that everybody's supposed to be clamoring for. Fuck out of here. See how fresh faced I look? You know why I look like this? No worries, skin all smooth, no breakouts, hair growing, nails growing, just looking all fabulous. You know why? Because I'm single. Every woman that you see that got some fucked up relationship, she looking all raggedy. I'm not trying to look like that. All right. So those are my suggestions. Okay, start with that. Chances are you're going to meet somebody. He's going to ask you out for lunch or drinks or whatever, and then you go on from there. But like I said, your first priority is your child. It's going to always be your child until your child is old enough to fend for himself. Okay, keep that in mind. And until you get married, don't be having no more damn babies either. See, once is a mistake, twice is a fucking habit. So let's stop here. One is enough. Question number 4, male, 36 to 45. He's from Manhattan. My wife broke up with me about 10 months ago, and we rarely see each other or talk. When we have to talk about what to do with our condo or divorce over the phone, I can't get her to hang up. She talks about her family, work, how she is feeling. She has been dealing with some health issues. I have to find excuses to get off the phone with her after 30 to 45 minutes. Oh my God. I don't want her back. I'm just wondering what might be up with her. Sound like she's lonely. You know what I mean? You didn't say how long you two were married, but you got to remember, dude, just because people don't get along and they break up, divorce or whatever, that doesn't mean that there's not still some, tie there to you, and some emotional connection and some need that the person has to, to be connected to you. So I would say that what's going on with your wife is that she just lonely. You're a friendly voice. She's used to talking to you. And, if you don't want to talk to her that much, I would just say, I only have a few minutes. What can I do for you? Let's sum this up. Let's tie this up. You don't have to be rude, but just you can definitely put boundaries and parameters around the time that you spend with her, and let that be that. Okay. So that's question number 4. 10 months ago. That's a long time. All right. Let's see what's going on here. This thing looks like it's my browser's acting up. I hope this means that I hope this does not mean that YouTube is stuck like my browser seems to be right now. This is not good. Hmm. All right. Well, I'm just going to keep on and hope for the best here, because this is terrible if it is. Let me relaunch and see what's going on here. Hold on, you people on Twitch. Twitch is a much more stable platform than YouTube, I am finding. I don't know why. YouTube is always screwing up in my live streams. Sometimes I think, should I be taking this personally? Is this about me? Is this about my content? What's going on here? Hmm. All right, well, let's just go. Let's just soldier on and see what's going on when it pops up. Okay, this is question number 5 of the 14 that we're doing today. This is a young lady in the 26 to 35 age group from Washington, D.C. Let's see. Oh, this is pretty long. Man, this drama. Drama. Twitch is trans. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Twitch is tends to be more stable, and I'm not sure what the heck be going on with YouTube. But let's just go roll with it. Okay, so she says, "Hey Deb, I love your show slash podcast, and I'm so grateful to have found you on here. Wish I had in my earlier 20s, lol. I'll be 30 this summer. After my breakup with my ex, I've been feeling a little down about the quality of men that I have to look forward to. After seeing my mother cook, clean, work in healthcare, and drain herself dry with a husband, my dad, who I feel didn't step up in treating her like a queen and contributing nearly as much work with household chores and cooking and stuff as she did, I decided that if a man cannot afford to take care of most of the household needs financially, while I will not look down on him, I cannot marry that man because it will eventually be an unfair and unhealthy balance for me. Damn Skippy. And I don't believe any marriage or fairy tale of marriage is worth my health, happiness, and time. In this day and age, am I being unreasonable to want a relationship with a man who shares these principles and ideals as how the household should work? Most specifically from my beautiful melanated brothers because they're the only ones I have interest in being with. It's hard because I personally can't stand these feminine ends. She done called the boys feminine. These feminine ends, where did I lost my place laughing? Oh, who think because they have a degree in a place that they are unicorns or something that need to be chased after or begged for. I just want a solid, intelligent man with career skills, knowledge of self, and who knows his role as a man. Am I in a fantasy land like my single and no disrespect but barely ever had a man aunt tried to tell me in relation to this. An older friend of mine in her 40s has told me the same, but she doesn't present herself in a way where men want to wife her. So I try not to compare what my life will look like to any of theirs. Just curious because I'd love to have a partner in life, but I'm just not with the narcissistic or hotep bullshit I have countered at this age. Thanks for your time. Okay, girl, that was so long and you went into so much side chatter. Let me see what the hell. What's the question? All right. Okay, in this day and age, am I being unreasonable in wanting a relationship with a man who shares these principles and ideals as how the household should work? No, you're not at all. And see, my thing is, what you have to do with in your relationship is negotiate your relationship. No matter what other people do, that has nothing to do with you. You, when you meet a man, you tell him what your expectations are. He's going to tell you what his are. He's going to tell you what his boundaries are. You're going to share the same information. You're going to share the picture of what you want your life to look at. He's going to do the same. That's what dating is for this process to take place. So, what you're supposed to be doing is learning about each other, what motivates you, what your life goals are, your lifestyles, and see where you two mesh. Okay, a lot of times you find that you don't, and that's when you break up. But if you do, and it requires, maybe a few little negotiation things, then it should work out. But you have to you have to communicate that to him. Don't go in the door, cooking and cleaning and stuff, and then get resentful years later when you tired of doing it, and then tell him, well, you need to do this more. I'm tired. Okay, that wasn't the deal that you set up. That wasn't the framework that you established for the relationship. So for you to try to switch it up midstream, see, that shit don't work. That's when people end up in divorce court. So whatever way you want the relationship to end up, that's how you need to start it. So you go in the door saying, look, I want to kind of the marriage relationship, whatever, where we share these things. I don't want to come home and be exhausted, while you sit on the couch and then you want some booty and I'm too tired. I mean, I might want some booty too, but now I'm tired. I need some sleep because I worked all day and now I worked for another 3 or 4 hours when I got home and you didn't. So, I don't want a situation like that. I want us to be equal contributors both to our relationship and to the maintenance and upkeep of our household. Are you down with that? Okay. And what also may help is if you make a list, vacuum once a week, dust once a week, polish furniture, I don't know, every other, whatever. I mean, make the beds, do the laundry, make a list of all the household chores, and then you write your name by the ones you gonna do, and he write his name by the ones he gonna do, and then that's it. And everybody adheres to it. It's like a contract. So that would be what I would suggest, and I don't see why, this kind of marriage that you're talking about your mother had, that's some old timey shit, and a lot of women unfortunately still believe in that. Like, I'm taking care of my man and all this stuff. And like I said, they look haggard, they look old and exhausted because they doing too much. They're carrying the whole burden of the relationship and the family by themselves, while the dude just sits on his ass. And he feels like, well, I made it, I went to work. Well, nigga, what else you do? I went to work all day. Then I had to pick up kids, pick up laundry, shop at the grocery store, come home, throw some loads of stuff in the washing machine, sling pots, clean dishes. Help kids with their homework, bathe and put them into pajamas, read them a story, and put them to bed. And your ass been sitting on the couch all this time. Hell to the gnaw. Don't ever fall for that trick. That's what they, call a traditional marriage. But nowadays, women used to not have to work outside the home, and they did all that stuff. Now they want you to work 8 hours a day and contribute 50% financially and do all the housework too. Fuck that. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Don't do it. Don't set yourself up like that. Yeah, you got to work on your boundaries. That's the main number one thing. Oh, don't be doing that shit. All right, now let's move on. Question number 6. This is a woman, 26 to 35, from Boston. My son is 13 and his dad has primary custody, but I get him every other weekend. I just found out he has been bullying a special needs kid. What? And got an in school suspension for 3 days. His stepmother grounded him for 2 weeks with no electronics and made him write an apology letter to the kid. All of this I'm okay with because he deserves to be punished, but she also spanked him. My son told me she used her hand and a hard wood brush, but there's no bruising. He said it hurt a lot and he was sore for a while after. I'm livid. This woman has no right to touch my son. His father approves of what she did, and I'm ready to cuss her the fuck out. What should I do? You should shut your goddamn mouth. That's what you should do. You should be jamming your fucking son up and say, what the hell is wrong with you? Why do you think that you're going to take your little narrow ass to school and you're going to bully a special needs child? You need to be stepping up and protecting that child from other people, not doing some bullshit that we did not teach you to do, you little motherfucker. That's what you should have been saying to your raggedy ass son. He should have got his ass beat 2 times. Like he should have got his ass beat, went to sleep, and woke up in the next day and got to beat some more. Okay, this is some bullshit. And you sit up here writing me, talking about you mad? Bitch, your ass need to be getting on a fucking plane, going to your son's school and kicking his ass. That's what you need to be doing. How dare you write to me with this bullshit? You know, I don't go for kids doing stuff like this. Treating other children, vulnerable children like this. This, you shouldn't have sent this to me. Okay, if your feelings are hurt too goddamn bad. Next. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Question number 7. Ooh, I'm hot. I would be still beating that kid's ass. You ought to be glad he got a stepmother that gives a fuck about him. Okay, trying to correct his behavior for his little black ass end up in prison somewhere, bullying people. Because the next thing, see, he gonna take that same behavior and do that shit to somebody's daughter, and then somebody's daddy's gonna kill your son. See, so it's you. You got the wrong. You got a fucked up little ghetto attitude about this thing, and obviously your shit ain't that tight anyway. That's why the daddy got custody. Okay, so let's start there. You don't think right. So you made a mistake right to me with that bullshit. I'm just telling you. Little motherfucker. Shh. Daddy should have beat his ass too. Everybody in the whole neighborhood should have lined up and had some. Question number 7. This is a woman, 19 to 26, from Cincinnati. That shit got me hot. I, she lucky it wasn't my special needs child. Okay, here's the deal. I have been seeing this guy for almost a year now, but have been in a serious relationship with him for only 4 months. He is an amazing guy. He has all the qualities I look for in a man, and he really makes me super happy. The only thing is, she puts, he has 3 kids by 2 different women. 2 of them are from his ex-wife. Okay, he got 3 kids. He had his first kid when he was young. He was only 18. He married the girl and had a second child a couple of years later. Those 2 children are 12 and 8. The two then split, divorced, and boom, less than 2 years later, he got some random girl pregnant. From what he says, that girl was just a booty call. He was just getting out of his divorce. They used a condom. It broke. Yeah, right. He offered to pay for morning after pill, but she assured him she was on birth control. Then he said they stopped talking about it because, as he calls it, was just a booty call. But then 6 months later, she came back saying that she's preggo and that he's the daddy. And he had a DNA test, and yes, he is the father. So now he has 3 kids, a 12-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 1-year-old. Woo! Now to add more to the story, he's an amazing father, very good with his children, sees them often, pays child support, and is very involved in their life. Okay, that's what he's supposed to do. What you want, a cookie? We don't have any problems in our relationship, but I just am not sure if I'll be able to deal with it all down the road. I'm so happy with him. I really am. But sometimes I sit and think, wow, this man has 3 kids already by 2 different women. What about when I'm ready to have kids? He'll be my first child and he'll be on his fourth. I guess I'm a little insecure about this situation, but tell me, is this too much? Should I just drop it and find love elsewhere? I am torn between what to do because I don't know if I will find someone like him again. By the way, oh no, so what do I do? By the way, I am 22 and he is 30. Are you fucking kidding me? You still got milk breath and you worrying about finding somebody again? This dude is used the fuck up. If you were my $22-year-old daughter, I'd tell you, you deal with his ass one more day, I'ma kill you myself. This motherfucker here he's no. No, 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 no. You supposed to be 22 years old trying to play stepmama to 3 babies and then have to deal with 2 baby mamas? No, this was dumb. Okay, now you already knew this. I don't care how amazing he is. You find somebody who's amazing who don't have, 3 kids by 2 different women, and he's only 30 years old. and with a 1 year old at that. So his ass is gonna be on tap for child support for 18 more years. And if you marry him, guess what? The baby mama gonna be knee deep in your pocket too, because that's how child support works. He can't pay it, you're going to be paying it. This is stupid for somebody only 22 years old. This is not a smart decision for you to make, for you to get involved with this guy. Like, the reader says, run, Forrest, run. I was thinking in my mind, I had a picture of FloJo. Y'all probably don't know who she is because she's been dead for a while. But Florence Griffith Joyner, honey, that girl would run like smoke. Okay, and she had the style where she always was like dolled up and stuff, and she had this thing where she would wear like one leg out, so it showed skin on one leg and then one leg was covered. So she was like a fashionista on the track. She was smoking everybody's ass. Okay, you need to channel her and run that fast. That's what you need to do in the opposite direction from dude and his 12-year old and his 8-year old and his 1 year old and them two baby mamas. That is just too much. Ooh, child. Yes, FloJo, honey. She was my idol. I never could, I used to try to call my little short self running like that, but of course it was my imagination. FloJo was the shit, honey. She was the shit, the bomb. Her and Jackie, what was her name? Jackie Kurt Joyner Kersey. I mean, because I remember FloJo married Jackie's brother or something like that, so they had like similar names, but they was both like smoke on the track. It was unfucking believable. If you can see some videos on YouTube, check her out because girlfriend was gorgeous and she could run like the wind. That's how fast you. Anyway, I'm going all sidetracky, but that's how fast you need to be breaking out from dude. Jackie Joyner Kersey, right? So there you go. Okay. Now, here's from a young man, 19 to 26, Concord, New Hampshire. Hello, Deborah. I have been loving your content for months. I'm also glad to support you on Patreon. And then my cousin put name withheld for privacy. Oh, okay. So he must have put his name. He wanted me to know who he was, so he put his name on here. Okay, but anyway, I'm sure he's listening, but thank you. I am 26 and I'm taking serious strides to have a dating life. I know my weaknesses in that I'm an introvert and in the past have had negative attitudes to life. I'm trying to change that. Good job. I make changes that are within my control, such as working out, making smarter financial decisions, and attempting to perhaps get my own place. I don't think I'm even viable relationship material for a woman. I still have unpaid debt. Shit, who don't? And I'm not getting pay raises for the job I am, which concerns me. I have only been told that my sense of humor is something women actually like. Naturally, without even thinking about it, women do find my dark sense of humor funny, but at the same time, I have no confidence in approaching women. I'm always afraid I'm going to look like an idiot or say something unintentionally offensive. It seems like a generic problem, but do you have advice for me? I have a mild form of autism as well. Just seems I have more going against me than anything going for me. Unlike men's rights activists, I don't get angry at women for being rejected. I get angry at myself. Oh, there are women out there who want quality men. They don't want a fucking scrub. You right. If you need any more information, maybe I could pay for a private session. What I have here, is there any chance for me being dating material? I don't think you need a private session for this. I can give some of this up. What you have to do, young man, is work on your confidence. Okay, first of all, I don't know nobody that don't have some debt. And like a lot of people coming out of college, they loaded up with student loans, honey. You trust me, you are not alone there. Don't feel bad about that. What you can do if you've been on your job for a couple of years or something, go see a career counselor. Sometimes they have like here in California they have like a state run kind of center for people for employment. What's it called? Employment Development Center. That's what it's called here in California. You're in Concord, New Hampshire. I don't know what New Hampshire has, but what they do, they help you, write your resume. They have classes on how to interview well. They kind of build people's confidence up. They also have, like, they can do tests to see what your aptitude is for certain things that you may not even thought of, to transition to take your core skills that you developed in the job that you have now and your interests and things like that, and those are transferable skills to a new career. Or you might decide you want to go back to school and get some tech certificate or something. I mean, you didn't really tell me what you do or how. So I'm just throwing stuff out there. But you're only 26. You just a baby. You got years and years. I mean, I know you want a girlfriend and you want to feel loved and all this stuff, but you gotta, you're doing things to make yourself a better man. You should be proud of yourself. We have so many clowns that run through here and they way older than you and stupid as hell. Okay. And you're only 26. So, and you're trying so hard. So I got to give you credit for, at least understanding and recognizing the areas where you weak and rolling up your sleeves and doing something about it. You should be feeling good about that, not feeling like you're less of a man. Okay, where your parents at? They need to be working with you a little bit more. Um, as far as your dark sense of humor, I don't know how your sense of humor, dark sense of humor. Okay, what does that mean though? Hmm. Is this some like self-deprecating humor? Women don't like that. You putting yourself down and picking on yourself. I mean, they may laugh, but it's going to be an uncomfortable laugh, the same kind that they would have if the guy was just like a braggart and arrogant and just a donut head. They don't like that either. Like a little joke about something that's going on currently around you, or something maybe from your past, childhood or something. You make a joke about it. That kind of stuff is funny, and it doesn't cause people women to tense up and try to figure out where your head is and what's going on. You don't want them to start shifting their eyes and doing this kind of thing, trying to figure anything out. You want them to stay focused on you and to talk to you. So it's kind of, I'm not sure what you mean by dark, but the fact that you labeled it dark sense of humor, that caught my attention, and that raises some questions. And as far as being afraid you're going to look like an idiot or say something unintentionally offensive, have you never heard of the words "I'm sorry"? I didn't mean that. That came out wrong. You don't know how to say that? Let me tell you how many thousands of fucked up things I've said to people. And you know what? I say I'm sorry. I do something messed up. I say, I didn't really mean that. Sometimes that's a lie because I did mean it. But, it still sounds good in certain social circles. That's what you have to say. So, just practice that. I'm sorry. I am really sorry. I'm just so sorry. Practice different inflections and, voice tones and different expressions on your face and stuff. And, everybody, if you look sincere and you sound sincere, nobody's going to hold that against you. And you know what? Nobody ever died from looking like an idiot. Okay, I don't know why men are so afraid of that. Is that what you gonna do? Just dry up and blow away or something? I mean, so you look silly. Big doop de doo. You'll live. You'll get over it. Okay, I mean, that's just a part of life. You're gonna do some fucked up shit. We used to call it the faux pas. At the French word for fucked up thing. Where's my little girl from France? I don't what the actual Miss Popcorn, faux pas. What does that actually mean in English? Can you translate it? But we used to say that all the time, and so just like blow it off and keep on living. Your autism does not seem to be um, and your letter is coherent, is well written. The punctuation and grammar is excellent. Your ideas are communicated very well, which I don't always get here. I'm like, why are you so down on yourself? And stop getting mad at yourself. You're a youngster, okay? You're gonna make mistakes. Give yourself that room to do that, and then just get up and dust your ass off and keep on moving. Okay? You don't give up. You don't Yeah, women don't want to scrub, but you're making strides to do better. But like I said, let's start with this thing about looking at examining your career. I think that's a good thing for you to do. I don't know, like I said, I didn't pay attention. I don't know anything about New Hampshire at all, other than when they vote and they be talking about, so and so took New Hampshire. I couldn't even recognize where it is on a map. So, yeah, just start there, okay? Start looking for employment development, career assistance, I mean, something like that. And then get back in touch with me, okay? We might need to do a private session to get you a little further along. But that's a good starting point, all right? Start there. You all right. Don't worry about it. You cool. Yeah, I think he's doing great. I mean, he's only 26. You know what I mean? Like, I look at my daughter, they the same age. And it's like, I don't expect her to be doing like all kind of miracle stuff. not like me when I was 26, but times are different. We were raised different. And she was a lot more sheltered than I was because of the change in our society. I had to drive her places, constantly on the lookout for perverts and stuff. As kids, we ran it, we did everything. It was all up playing outside at night and all kind of crazy shit. You can't let your kids do that these days because you'll never see them again. So things have changed. And I think our children are, because we have to protect them to make sure they reach adulthood, they're a lot more, it takes them a little longer to mature. But I think you're on the right path, okay, little youngster? Don't be beating up on yourself like that. All right, let's move on to question number 9. This is from a male, 36 to 45. He says USA, so we don't know what state. My wife and I have had our fair share of problems. There have been occasions where she's broken my trust and completely disrespected me. I'm a good man, and I forgave her because I want to keep our family. We have a daughter. During our marriage, she's mentioned more than once that she's had sold her mother a ring when her and her ex-husband were financially in need, and she always talked about how she wanted this ring back. So about a year ago, her mother surprised her and gifted her with the ring back. She was ecstatic, and I was so happy for her. Unknown to me, she designed this ring during their marriage, and this was her wedding ring with her ex. Hmm. And he says that at one point in her marriage, it was revealed that she had been secretly talking to her ex without my knowledge, text messages every day and phone calls for hours. Oh, really? Hmm. She has never mentioned it was her wedding ring and promptly took our wedding ring off and started wearing the one from her previous marriage. Oh, hell no. And saying that it was prettier. And after a while, I told her I couldn't take it. It was completely disrespectful to me. And she threw a fit saying it was just a ring and she designed it. It doesn't represent their marriage. She hasn't worn it in a couple of months, but the marriage has not been good. 2 weeks ago, and told her everything I knew she had been hiding. She's been disrespectful to me and hasn't treated me as she cares about me. I did it very respectfully in a calm way, and for the first time in a while, she acted like she understood and things had been better. But tonight, she asked me to take her to the jewelry store so she can get a ring from her dad's size. And when we pull up in the parking lot and start walking up to the jewelry store, she says, "Oh, I'm also going to get this one size so I can wear it on my right hand." Shut down, a ring is gone, and she's wearing my wedding ring from her ex. I don't understand. He something. She says she doesn't understand why I have a problem with it. Is she being naive or does she just not care? You're a very nice guy. Like you said, you're a good man. Um, you're tolerating this level of, I don't know what the hell she's thinking. But I mean, the most that she should do if she really designed a ring and she really likes it is maybe have it, keep it to give it to her daughter or something, or wear it on a necklace or something. But she should not take her wedding ring off the marriage to you and put on that from the divorced husband. I don't give a fuck how well you design it. So see, me, you not like me, cause when she was asleep, I would have took that fucking ring off, went on the freeway, and threw it out the window. That's my favorite thing to do. I've done that with ex gift stuff from ex boyfriends, all kind. I love throwing shit out on the freeway. So that ring would have been thrown out on the freeway, and then I would just looked at her. It's like, now what you gonna do? Because we're not gonna have the shit from your past, your ex like this, and you're gonna like to replace the stuff from our marriage with some shit from your past. That's not gonna happen. Not if you stay here. So if you really want that to be that way, get your shit and get the fuck out. That would be what I tell her. And then the marriage would be over. And I'm getting custody of my daughter too. And bitch, don't think I'm giving you a dime in alimony. You ain't getting a goddamn thing. And then that would be me. But see, I don't know what to tell you. Just like she's communicating a very clear message of disrespect and not really caring about your feelings about this situation. There's no like sign of partnership here. The honoring of the marriage and the husband is not here. I'm not really sure what's going on with her. You don't say how long you two dated or how long you've been married. You left all that out. Um, we know it was at least a year, but you don't even say how old your daughter is. You left out a lot of vital information. But it doesn't really matter to me because what she's doing is stuff that no man should take, and where it reversed, no woman should take that either. She's communicating a very clear message, and I would call her on it, and then I would be headed down to the nearest divorce attorney and making that magic happen. Cause she crazy. Yeah. I'm just like, Deb is just don't just has zero tolerance. I would have said, "What the fuck are you doing?" when I saw her take it off or whatever, and then the next thing she knew, that ring would have been disappeared. Where it happened to my ring? I don't know where the fuck it is. Ask the motherfucker that you was married to where it is. That's what you need to do. Yeah, that would be me. Sorry. Of course she is. Of course she is. But, that's why he got to call her bluff and not really, not do with this anymore. It may be hurtful to him, sir. It may be hurtful to I'm talking like United. Okay, it may be hurtful to you. But this is the reality of the situation that you're in. It's time for you to accept it. You know. I don't know if you guys want to you want to try marriage counseling or whatever, but I could tell you flatly as women, when we're done with the relationship, we're done. Okay, she's just there for whatever convenience it offers, maybe for the kid. Like I said, you never said how old the child is. I don't know, but she been talking to her ex like that. She reconnected with him emotionally, and now she want to wear his ring and shit. Oh, nah, bitch, get the fuck out. That would be me. Okay. Question number 10. This is a male, 26 to 35, from Los Angeles. A woman I recently began dating disclosed to me that she was diagnosed as bipolar. Run, run, run. Okay, where's Reader? Now it's time to say run, Forrest, run. You know how he turned that corner in the movie? That's what she need to be doing. He need to be doing. She felt it was important, and I know this before things got too serious, and I certainly appreciate her honesty. She knows that it can scare a lot of guys off and took a big risk by telling me. In case it matters, it's type 2, not type 1. What is that? I don't type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 and type 2 bipolar? Never heard of it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying I never heard of it. She's taking medication and says it's been effective. This is new territory for both of us. She was only diagnosed recently, so she's still coming to terms with it. And I have no experience dating someone who's bipolar, nor do I fully understand what it means to be bipolar. I'll tell you what it means in a bit. I've been doing a lot of research and now I'm really torn. So much of what I read says to not get involved with such a person that I only end up miserable, exhausted, and stressed out. But my feelings are clouding my thinking. His dick. I really like this woman. His dick. I blew the first opportunity I had with her and was lucky to get a second chance, so I don't want to just throw that away. His dick. We haven't been dating for very long, but this has been going far better than I had expected to, which is why I don't want to just walk away. I know that there are plenty of other women out there, but it's rare for me to meet one that interests me the way this woman has. You like crazy bitches. A lot of men do. Don't feel bad. It's one thing to try to pursue a relationship with someone and have it not work out. That's fine. I can live with that. But any something that's because the other person has a mental illness, I guess that bothers me because that's a damn good reason to me. Because it feels like I'm not being open minded and I'm prejudging this person based on how others with the same illness behave. Should I pursue this and just see what happens? Or should I walk away now before I get too emotionally invested? Does it matter that I have a more even keeled personality? Is this relationship doomed from the start? Or am I being naive and thinking I can deal with the issues that'll come up? Well, let me share a story with you. When I was training as a trainer, I had a client that told me, because we have to do the initial health assessment, right? And you weigh them and measure them, and you do your uh, you do the body fat testing and measurements and all that stuff. Take their health history, see if they have any, what medication. I mean, this whole thing. If you've joined a gym, and I'm sure you probably went through something similar. And so during that, she disclosed that she was, bipolar and she was on lithium. I didn't know what the fuck the shit was. I had to go look it up. Okay, so that was when I first started as a trainer. I think it was like my first 6 months. She was one of my first clients, and but she really liked me and stuff. And so we started training together, and that we were trained together for years and years. Now, one day she came to the gym, and I could look at her and tell she came for her training session. Right, I could tell that something was off because she just looked like Can you imagine somebody's hair standing on end? That's what she looked like. She was breathing funny and she was walking different. Now you got to remember, I've been training this woman for like 6, 7 years. I know her, right? And so she walks in, and I'm looking at her, and I'm thinking, okay, here we go. The lithium ain't working no more. So I didn't know how to say nothing. She's sitting there, and, and then she's like hyperventilating, practically foaming at the mouth. She was so talking about whatever she was talking about. She was very angry, and then. I had her warm up while I was finishing up with my other client. She was my last client. So if it ran over 5 minutes or so, big whoop de doo, you the last client. And so she gets off the treadmill and she wants to come over there and get in my face like this and start talking crazy about how she had to wait and this and that. And I said, let me explain something to you. I was very calm. And I said, let me explain something to you. I know we have a close relationship and all of that good shit right here, but I'm your trainer and you my client, and you gonna talk to me like you got some fucking sense and with respect. And this is like on the floor of the gym. That's just right out there in front of everybody. I don't give a fuck. And so she just looked at me. I said, you're not gonna run up on me like that, and you're not gonna talk to me crazy because you do that shit right here. I will cancel your session and cancel all your sessions, and you will never train with me again. So right now you need to fucking apologize, and you need to never act like that with me again. If you have a problem with anything I do, you talk to me like a civilized human being, and I will explain to you why this happened the way that it did. But you come and running up, ranting and raving and thinking you're gonna be yelling at me? That shit ain't gonna happen. So she just looked at me and she was blinking and stuff, and she got red because she knew. I mean, don't try to take me because you really have a problem then. That's when I was working as a trainer. I was cut. I have pictures around here somewhere. I was like, no, that would be a mistake. You don't want to do that. So she was just looking, and then she apologized, and then we went on. I'm not a grudge holder, and I really like this little girl. But then she, talked about her medication and how she had to switch medication. It wasn't working. She went through the whole thing. So that and, some other situations with some other people I met, after that, that's not something that I would want to deal with because you never know when they gonna go. The medicine's gonna stop working, or when they're gonna decide they don't need to take it, and then you're gonna have to deal with all of that emotional outrage and stuff. That manic. They used to call it manic depressive. Now it's bipolar. So they go into this deep dark depression where they hate everything, they hate everybody, they want to kill themselves, they drink too much, they spend too much money. I mean, it's like they have these addictions, and they just go full fledged into it. And then they go to the mania, they're just so happy, and just everything. They're just over the top, just bouncing around and all this stuff. See, I can't take it. I can't deal with that. I can't do it. I can't do it. Um, I don't know. And some of them, do become promiscuous. When they're in their mania phase, they just everything is just too large for life. They're just out of fucking control. That's the bottom line. So, sir, if you want to deal with that, that's your choice. But I think you'll realize soon enough that you've made a great mistake. People who are married or have kids that are bipolar and stuff, they pretty much have to deal with it. The key to your success is going to be to make sure that you take care of yourself. Okay, don't make your whole life about her or her illness and her needs and all this stuff. Take care of yourself. And if at any time you feel yourself sinking down, going into a sinkhole, then get out of the relationship. Get out. But personally, Deb don't do that. Deb is the one who wrote the stupid motherfucker gene, and I can't do it. I can't do it. But there's other people who are better than me, so they can. Yeah, they care. Yeah, it's always drama. Suicide, this ranting and raving, going crazy, stuff, flying off the handle stuff. See, now you fly off the handle at me, you likely to get your, eyes boxed out. I don't. I just don't do. I just don't do. I don't do crazy well. I mean, some people can handle it, and I suppose if they stay on their medications and do what they're supposed to do, it might, not be a big deal. My concern is, you still young enough that you might want to have kids and have a family and shit, and you got some bitch, who's crazy. Well, your kid's gonna be, have a high likelihood of catching that crazy from her. So you need to think about that shit too. I don't think kids, have enough going problems in this society. I would not be looking to be breeding with somebody who has a known mental illness. It's known. It's not like it's a secret and hidden and you didn't know. It materialized later. You know, so you going into shit knowing that the bitch is crazy. So I'm just like, whatever. And I know people gonna be offended because they're gonna be like, you shouldn't call bipolar people crazy. What the fuck are they then? Are they normal? I mean, it's like if you like got any label that under the category of mental illness in black people language, that means your ass is crazy. That's what we call people, right? You crazy. So I can't do them mood swings. I can't do them addictions. I can't do them highs and lows. I can't do them depression when you don't want to stay and you want to stay in the bed for days at a time and drink yourself to death. And I can't do it. I can't do it. You're not sapping my energy. I can't. So you better think about this real hard, especially before you get in too deep, like you said, emotionally, too emotionally connected. You better get us some serious, serious thoughts. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, make her, I'm agreeing with Vanessa, you know. I know it's genetic. I studied up on it after I had a client. Like I said, I didn't really know much about it. And I studied, the different medications, the treatments, how some medications stop working, how do they have to, work with doses. I mean, I read up on the whole thing. So, because this is my client, I'm just feel like she's training with me 3 times a week. So for 3 hours a week, this woman was in my care and I take my responsibilities. I took my responsibilities as a trainer very seriously. It's like I need to find out, okay, if certain foods, nutrition, I did a thorough research on it because it was my first client with it. And I wanted to know how I could best help her become the best person that she could be within the scope of my practice. And so that's why I did. I spent days researching it. So, I just know that it's more than a notion, sir. You better be real sure this is what you want to sign on for. All right, let's move on. Question number 11. We're on question 11 of 14, everybody. You're on What the Fuck Tuesday. We do this every Tuesday. Talk about, people write in their relationship advice questions and send them in, and then I, answer them after my cousin picks through them and puts them into this lovely document so that it's easy for me to read on the air. So this is from a female, 19 to 25, from Tempe. I don't know how you pronounce Arizona. Hi, Deb. I am a new subscriber and love your attitude and strength. Plus, you are hilarious. I am not black like most of your audience, but I hope you don't mind and help me out. Okay, let me stop. Um, I know you didn't mean that, you didn't mean anything by it, but let me just explain for people listening. There is nothing about what I do that is racist. Okay? Anything here, if it helps you, if I can help you, we will roll together. Okay? What I do not tolerate though is anybody coming in disrespecting the ladies here by either gender or race. And I do not uh no name calling of these women, and you will not try to negate the experiences of black women. Now, if you can come here and you can respect all those rules and regulations and stuff, then honey, we welcome you. We got some sisters here that's white and Latina and everything. We roll with them. It's just lovely. It's not a problem. But those are my 3 rules. And if people come in, well, it's not just black women, this and that. See, you get the boot. I don't care about all of that. And some people posted that shit too, and I deleted their comments. Don't post shit like that on my wall, on my comments. If I'm talking about black men, then I'm talking about black men. I don't give a fuck about men of other races. Don't post that shit here. You stay on topic. If I'm talking about black women, that's what we talking about. Okay? I don't care if you talking fucking zebra. That's not what I'm talking about. Stay on topic. So, well, that's not just blah, blah, blah. Delete. So I just want to put people, they wonder why their comments are not showing. And a bunch of people posted that shit today, and I deleted it. All right. My boyfriend has stopped having sex with me completely. What? And the rare occasion when he starts, he just stops halfway through and goes to sleep. I love him dearly. I need some sound effects so that when I blink like that, I can make the sound go ding, 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 ding. Everything else about a relationship is perfect. That can't possibly be. We are affectionate, emotionally open with each other. We laugh and have a great time together. We travel together, read books together, and work on cool projects together. But the sex is just non existent. Okay, you have a great boy. You have a friend. That's what you have. You have a good friend. Yesterday, he told me that he couldn't picture his life without me, and neither can I. But I'd be lying if I didn't say this sexless relationship is killing me. We've talked about it. He says he's sorry that he doesn't please me enough and that he's mostly content. He's also talked about trying harder to please me more. But it's such a turnoff to know he has to try so hard. I know he isn't cheating and he five finger marries, so he's not completely dead. I try to be sexy and try new things, but I honestly have given up because I don't want to have to try that hard for sex. I'm kinky and sexually adventurous, but it's a lady boner killer, if you know what I mean. You got to try so hard to get him to be excited about you. I'm an attractive woman. Men hit on me daily. I've never had an issue with anything in the bedroom until now. Lately, I've been thinking about it if I could have a fling with someone else. At first, I hated the thought of him cheating on him, but the longer we go without, the more I stop feeling like it would be bad. I know this is bad, but I can't leave him. I can't break up with him because I love him too much. What should I do? You should slap yourself. Here we go again. How many times I have to say this? It's like one in every video. Take this hand, go back this far, and whack yourself across the face because you're being stupid. Okay, this is no, you're 19 to 25. You just barely started out in your life, in your dating life, and you're settling for this? Okay, dude has a problem. Either dude is a pedophile or dude is gay. It's one of them too. Okay, it can't be anything else at this age. Okay, dude's got some issues. You're a young woman in her sexual prime, and you trying to sacrifice it for a man that you quote love. You don't need to love him. You wasting your time. Okay, then you're gonna go out and thinking you're gonna be smashing with somebody else. Okay, then what is gonna happen if you get some disease and all this stuff and bring it to dude? What you think's gonna happen then? You turn up pregnant by somebody else. You're thinking wrong. What you do instead of cheating is you end the relationship where your needs are not getting met. How many times I have to tell you all this? Any relationship where your needs are not getting met by your partner, you leave the relationship. This is not rocket science. Okay, you trying to wriggle around and compromise with all this stuff, and then you talking about how horrible it is. Can you imagine your life like this for the next 10 to 20 years? If not, get the fuck out now. You don't want to wait until you in your 30s or 40s, and then you feel like you too old and you wasted your whole youth on somebody that wasn't giving you none. And you had to sacrifice for that. It's not like he's rich either. Okay, you ain't saying that he's like a baller, so he's making up for it with gifts and bling and stuff. You just dealing with some regular old scrub that's not even meeting your needs, and you writing me wasting my time with this? Girl, you better break up with that fool. I'm like, I'm not seriously. 19, what did she say? She in the night, right? Yeah, 19 to 25 age group. So, please. 19, let me think what kind of, never mind. There's just no narcolepsy. You a mess. Reader talking about narcolepsy. I don't know what dude got, but whatever he got, he would be having it all by his little self, because I would be gone. And you could just, you and Five Finger Mary and Pamela and all your other Five Finger friends, just have a good old time over there by yourself, because I'm not going to be there. Question number 12. This is from a woman, 36 to 45, from Edinburgh. Edinburgh. Isn't that in Scotland? Edinburgh? Is there an Edinburgh in the U.S.? I don't know. She didn't put Scotland. Been engaged for 4 years. My fiance and I keep arguing a lot. Hmm. We were technically married common law in our first year together, but he went to a lawyer during the breakup and had it annulled. When he came back to me, he promised we would have another amazing wedding. The first was just a dinner with his family and a court document. It's been 3.5 years since then. We have been arguing about things, but when I bring up marriage, he blows up. He says he thinks I want his money, which he is 51 and only has 200,000 in retirement, which would never get. And yeah, he makes decent money, but he spends all that he brings in. He is not rich. So last night we ran into some couples we knew at a restaurant. A woman asked, "Are you guys wedding planning? You've been engaged forever." And he said, "Well, yeah, getting down the road." And then she said, "Well, what is the wedding date?" And he says, "When there's money to pay for it." And then he switched the subject. I knew we would end up in a fight if I said anything more, but I have been sad all day. Every fight he says that the reason he can't commit to a date is based on me pressuring him and the fact that I need to change my behavior and, of course, money. But I think that's the least of it. I've tried to ask for dates in the past, and while some days he brings it up on his own, he can never get serious about it. And when I ask, he continues on the theme that I have ulterior motives. I'm thinking of giving an ultimatum, but I don't know how I feel about carrying through with it. The truth is, I'm 42. He's been married twice before I've been married once. I wanted another child. We have clearly gotten past that because I'm too old now, but I've been waiting. For closure purposes, how do I ask him properly and know that I did nothing wrong in my form of asking or pressure? And I also know if he reacts negatively, I need to just get a plan. It hurts. Am I overreacting? No. Your ass should have been gone for. Okay, you've been engaged for 4 years and he keeps stalling. After 1 year of an engagement, he don't want to set a date. That's when you were supposed to be gone. So you've wasted 3 years of your life with a man who's never going to marry you. Now, even if he did, see, this is my thing. You got to go through all these changes to get somebody to marry you. What you think you going to have to do to keep them interested in staying married to you? See, this is like women don't think. This is when my video and then what would come into play, and you're not thinking past the moment of you getting married. You need to think about what kind of marriage you would have with this dude. This dude is a fucktard, and you need to just pack your shit if you living with him. Well, I don't. You don't say you living with him, but if you are, which I assume you are, since you said common law and all, so that means you had to be living together, right? Pack your shit. Find your place to live first, then pack your shit and tell him that you are moving on because it's obvious that this you've been wasting 4 years of your life in this relationship and you're not wasting another day. Okay? To be very clear, you don't give him an ultimatum, you give yourself one. See, this is another case of a woman worried about what a man does. You don't worry about him. You worry about yourself. He's not giving you what you want, then fuck him in his ass and you get on down a dusty trail. Yeah, I don't know why she want to marry him anyway. Edinburgh is in Scotland. That's what I thought. Okay, thanks, reader. Um, yeah, he's been married twice before. Chances are he's not really trying to get married again, and so he dodges you. He tries to come up with all these excuses, and you don't get it. He's not trying to marry you. If you have a ring, you got a shut up ring. That's what I call it. And he just gave it to you for you to shut up and leave him alone. But now that 4 years have passed, the statute of limitations on bullshit has worn out, and you calling him on it, and he's floundering around trying to figure out how he can keep this good booty at the house for free. And it's time for you to woman up and get rid of him. Yeah, worry about yourself. I swear I need to put that on a t-shirt. Yeah, that and then what video needs to be on rotation? You right, Van. Cause it's like, oh, I don't know what to say about these people. Women need to worry about themselves more and stop thinking about these dusty ass men. All right, let's go to this is the last one. Question number 14. This is from a young lady, 19 to 25 in East Palo Alto. That's not too far from here. Now, Palo Alto is where Stanford University is, one of the wealthiest communities in the state of California. East Palo Alto is across the freeway, and it's the hood. Although the prices over there, because as the white people drifted across the freeway, but that place used to be straight hood. That was like nobody wanted to live there. All right, so she writes, there's this guy who shows up at my job. Hmm, this is already sounding bad. He was instantly attracted to me and was even straightforward about it. He said I was beautiful. He's an attractive man. The problem is he's 53 and I'm 24. Wait, Deb, he has children around my age. He wants to take me on a date. I find excuses why I can't. My two kids, work, sleep. I was off for 3 days and he asked my boss where I was. He even said she should have said something to him about going on my quote mini vacation so he could have taken me out. My boss looks out for me and I love her for it. She told him it was none of his business and if I wanted him to know where I was, I would have told him, which is true. Good for her. He shows up every day. He started having issues with his back. He pulled a muscle or something. I made polite suggestions. He told me he ended up going to the mall and got a massage from those Asian people you always see giving massages at the mall. End quote. and made a point to say it was a female and how she did a good job and it really helped a lot. I told him I was happy for him that he got it sorted out. Then he went on to say he was mowing out his lawn and wound up pulling a muscle on the other side of his back. I suggested hot cold compresses. He kept hinting at him wanting to give me a massage, or wanting me to give him a massage. I'm sorry. I told him to go back to the mall. I work at a gas station slash convenience store, and as he left, he pulled up to a pump, pressed the help needed button, and drove off. He never got gasoline. Okay. I'm normally not a rude person. I really just like hurting other people's feelings unless I'm backed into a corner and this guy's pushing me in that direction. He knows I'm single and that's why he's pursuing, I guess. The age difference doesn't seem to be a problem for him. It is for me. I wish I knew him when he was young. Yeah, but you would have been like, an ovum, girlfriend, still in your mother's womb. What the hell? I'm not interested in him, and I think he has mistaken my kindness for weakness. I am weak in this area because I know it takes courage to express to someone that you like them in a sexual way, and I don't want to hurt his feelings because I can be too blunt and it's hurtful. What can I do? Okay, see, another one worrying about him instead of herself. What is it with you women? Am I the only one who worries about myself? Y'all just be so focused on these men. It's unfucking believable to me. So here he is harassing the fuck out of her, sexually harassing her, talking all kind of crazy shit to her on her job, no less, and she's worried about hurting his feelings. Girlfriend, let me tell you something. This is what you need to do. Next time he comes in harassing you, say, I didn't really want to say this, but I'm going to have to tell you. You're too old. You're older than my father. I would never go out with you. Ever. You need to stop coming here and leave me alone. If you continue to harass me, I'm going to have to file a restraining order on you. I don't want to see you at my job every day. I don't want you asking me for massages, and I don't want you hinting about anything about me touching me, or me touching you. It's inappropriate and it's called sexual harassment. I want you out of here and don't you ever come back. Now, you got to hurt his feelings and tell his ass that he old. He older than your daddy, and you don't want no old ass man. You want somebody who's young and strong and got firm muscle tone and whose dick still gets up without the need of Viagra. See, that's your next step. If you want to keep talking, then you bring that one out. But you sound like you're gonna have to practice because you're still young. See, so you don't have your bitch attitude yet. I don't know. I think I was born with mine because I just like from kindergarten talking shit to people. But this is totally inappropriate. And you might want to even discuss. I don't know where your boss works. If you got, if the boss is off site, or the boss is only there when you're not. I mean, well, I don't know the situation here, but you really should talk to your boss about this and tell her, in addition to him asking you about your vacation, what other things he said to you, like this massage thing, because it may be the kind of thing where your boss has to intervene and tell the guy, don't come here anymore. You're harassing my staff, and it's inappropriate and this and that, blah 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 blah. So let her know what's going on so that you have backup. Okay, because you don't want a situation he's gonna try to flip it around and say, well, she was rude to me and she was this and she was that, and to try to make it seem like you did something wrong so he can try to get you fired or something because he's mad he got rejected. You understand what I'm saying? You got to do that preemptive strike. So you get your boss involved, tell her everything that you told me, and if you left anything out, you let her know what it is, and then say, I'm really not comfortable being there. This with this guy coming in and out like this. He's sexually harassing me at this point. I don't like it. I want it to stop. Can you help me? All right. This guy is a fool, but like I said, this is time for you to be blunt. There's no such thing as too blunt when somebody's talking to you in such a disrespectful, trashy ass, fucked up way. Okay, stop worrying about men's feelings. Worry about your own. That's like the theme of the show today. Worry about yourself. Okay, stop worrying about men. Y'all it started at the top of the show talking about women who worry about what men need, what men want, what men feel, the risks to men's health, all this old stuff. And y'all stand and finish with the same thing. I don't want to hurt his feelings. Fuck his feelings. Oh, we hit 151. Okay. Well, that was good. I was hoping a little more, but hey, we'll take that. So that woo, honey, child, these women. Come on, y'all. Let me tell you guys, on the community wall, so you go to the homepage of YouTube, on the community wall, I have posted a link to a survey. I am taking your suggestions for topics. I want to do another webinar early in the summer, or maybe, I don't know, what's this month, April, maybe late May. I need time to prepare for it. I got to make my slides and all that stuff, in addition to keeping up with the show. So, I'm trying to get an idea of what it is that you guys would like to have a webinar about. The cost will be minimal, $10 or $15. It's not gonna be no whole bunch of money, but I have to rent the platform and all this old stuff, and they be charging. I'm like, well, god damn, this is ridiculous. I only want it for a month, but you still gotta pay. If you get it for a year, it's cheaper. But I'm like, I'm not shelling out no $600, $700 for some shit I might do 3 or 4 times a year. That's ridiculous. So I'm gonna just pay for the 1 month, but whatever. But it's something that I want to do, and depending upon the topic, I may get a guest speaker to come in and present as well. So go to the home page for YouTube, the channel homepage, click the community tab, and you'll see the survey, topic survey right up there at the top. So just, click the buttons for the topics that interest you. There's a button for other, and you can enter something that you want, that if it's not anything, close to that listed. But other than that, I will be back on Thursday, and then following again on the weekend, I'll probably put up another, blog talk conversion video, and then the next Tuesday. So if you have a question for What the Fuck Tuesday, again, so I think the moderators have been putting the survivingdating.com website URL there. You go there, there's a button that says Get Advice, click it. Likewise, while you're on the home page at the home channel homepage for YouTube, there's also a button that says Get Advice. You click it. It's gonna, either way you enter, it's gonna take you to the same form. Fill that form out. I will not take your submissions by email, nor do I answer questions that are posted on the wall. I need those releases, which give me the legal right to reproduce your question on the air, and and to respond to it. If you don't do that, your question will not get answered. I'm not trying to get myself in no legal trouble. All right, so that's why I only do the ones that have been properly sent in. So, other than that, it was good to see all you guys. I hope you had a great weekend. Make sure you don't be getting yourself involved with no dusties, because we're not trying to have you waiting out in a parking lot. Okay, that's just like totally wrong behavior. I enjoyed sitting here talking to you for What the Fuck Tuesday. 14 questions. That was a lot. So be here on Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We'll get started with Tough Topic Thursday, and become a subscriber if you are not already, and feel free to share a link or two. Help the channel grow. This is Deb Cooper from survivingdating.com signing off. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye bye.